Welcome to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcasts.
Young, connected and informed? What are the news habits of today's youth? And how can the EU promote media literacy and protect them from misinformation and disinformation on social media channels? Stay with us.
Back in the day, getting the news meant sitting down with a coffee and a newspaper or catching the evening TV news. But for young people nowadays, news is just one scroll away.
Not surprising, when you consider that 96% of young people in the EU use the internet daily, and around 84% of them are on social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. And that's where they're getting most of their news, especially Gen Z.
And not from traditional journalists. Instead, influencers and celebrities have become accidental news anchors. In France, for example, young people are getting major news updates from YouTuber Hugo Decrypte, who got close to 6 million followers on TikTok.
So what's the problem with traditional news?
Well, to start with, young people feel like it's kind of boring. They're saying, why do we only hear about politics, economics, and all these repetitive, narrow issues? Instead, social media offers them news about a wider range of topics, from climate change to sexuality, with updates on music and fashion trends, sports, travel, and yes, sometimes the serious stuff too.
Moreover, young people prefer watching over reading news, and as they're skeptical about all sources, they look for diverse voices and perspectives instead of relying exclusively on mainstream news brands.
They also want news outlets to show a little personality, even take a stand on big issues.
And as a result of their reliance on mobile devices, much of their media use is on demand and algorithmically personalized. So what does this shift in news consumption patterns mean?
It means that news organizations must get creative. That's why many are already experimenting with platforms like TikTok, hiring younger hosts who can speak the Gen Z language, and offering a more diversified news agenda.
It also raises some big questions about media literacy. That's why the European Parliament has called for the EU and member states to invest more in education and digital literacy so young people can tell fact from fiction and navigate today's info-packed world without getting lost in the noise.
And truth is, there's a big push from the EU to move in this direction, as well as to safeguard the independence of European journalists and media outlets and help them adapt successfully to the shifting habits and changing formats.
Want to know more? Check out the At a Glance paper by Tarja Laaninen on the EPRS website or in our app.
This is a European Parliamentary Research Service podcast.
Thanks for listening.